Start keeping promises to yourself, and you will be amazed at how quickly your life begins to change. Most people break the commitments they make to themselves far more often than they break commitments to others. They say they'll wake up early, but they hit the snooze button. They say they'll start eating healthier, but they make excuses at the first sign of temptation. They say they'll finally start working on that important goal, but they let distractions steal their time. Each time this happens, it doesn't just delay progress, it quietly erodes self-respect. Over time, you no longer believe yourself when you make promises. You've trained your mind to see your own word as flexible, optional, or untrustworthy. And if you can't trust yourself, how can you expect to build confidence, clarity, or momentum? The most powerful habit you can develop is treating the promises you make to yourself with the same seriousness you would treat a promise made to a close friend, a mentor, or a business partner. Imagine how your relationships would suffer if you constantly showed up late, canceled plans at the last minute, or failed to deliver on commitments you made. Yet this is exactly how many people treat their own personal commitments. They betray themselves repeatedly and wonder why they feel stuck, unmotivated, or unsure of their abilities. The habit of honoring your own word, even in the smallest matters, begins to restore your internal sense of integrity. It's not about perfection. It's about making a conscious decision that when you say you'll do something, you follow through. Start small. It doesn't need to be dramatic or overwhelming. It could be as simple as saying you'll read for 10 minutes before bed and actually doing it. It could be setting the intention to drink a glass of water every morning and following through. What matters is the consistency. Each time you honor a promise, you're sending a powerful message to your subconscious. I can trust myself. I do what I say I'll do. This self-trust becomes the foundation for every other achievement. With each kept promise, your confidence grows. Your sense of self-worth strengthens. You begin to see yourself as someone capable of following through, and that belief shifts everything. When you truly commit to keeping promises to yourself, you start to approach every area of life differently. You speak with more conviction because your words carry weight, even with yourself. You take action faster because you know you can rely on your own decisions. You feel a sense of pride that can't be bought or borrowed. It comes from knowing you are in control of your actions and your direction. The habit of honoring your word creates a sense of alignment between who you say you want to be and who you actually are. That alignment is where real confidence comes from, and it is the fastest path to personal transformation. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Keep one promise today, then another tomorrow, and watch how quickly your life begins to shift. Develop the habit of daily reflection, and you will unlock a level of self-awareness and personal clarity that few ever experience. Most people move through life reacting to events, responding to pressures, and drifting from one day to the next without ever pausing to ask themselves why they do what they do or whether they are actually moving in the right direction. Days blur into weeks, weeks into months, and before they know it, years have passed without deliberate thought about whether their actions have aligned with their values, goals, or vision for their life. Reflection is the simple yet powerful habit that breaks this cycle. By carving out time each day to review your actions, your thoughts, and your results, you take back control of your own growth and begin to steer your life with purpose instead of living on autopilot. Daily reflection doesn't require elaborate rituals or complicated processes. It begins with asking yourself a few simple but powerful questions at the end of each day. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What lessons can I take from today's experiences? How do I want to show up differently tomorrow? These questions, asked consistently, create a habit of self-correction that allows you to learn from your own life in real time instead of repeating the same mistakes. You spot them sooner. Instead of blindly pursuing goals that no longer inspire you, you notice the misalignment and course correct. Instead of waiting for a crisis to force you into change, you identify the small warning signs long before they grow into bigger problems. This habit of reflection also builds personal responsibility. When you review your day, you can no longer hide from your own choices. You see clearly how your decisions, big and small, shape your results. You begin to connect the dots between your habits and your outcomes, your mindset and your progress, your actions and your future. This awareness creates a healthy sense of accountability. You stop blaming circumstances or other people for your lack of results because you've seen day after day, that your own choices hold far more power than external conditions ever could. Daily reflection also nurtures gratitude and perspective. When you pause to review your day, you inevitably notice the small victories you might otherwise overlook. The productive conversations, the moments of kindness, the small steps forward, they become visible in ways they never would if you rushed from one task to the next. This habit of noticing progress fuels motivation. It reminds you that growth is happening, even on the hard days, even when it feels slow. Reflection gives you proof that your efforts matter, that you are evolving, and that your intentional actions are shaping your future. Most people overestimate what they can do in a single day and underestimate what they can achieve with consistent, intentional reflection over time. One day of review might seem small, but a year of self-awareness, learning, and intentional improvement compounds into transformation. Make daily reflection a non-negotiable habit, and your life will inevitably follow the direction of your deliberate thoughts. Take 100% responsibility for your life, and you will unlock a sense of personal power that changes everything. Most people drift through life under the illusion that their circumstances, their upbringing, the economy, or the behavior of others are the primary forces shaping their destiny. They blame their lack of progress on external factors, a difficult boss, an unsupportive family, a lack of opportunities, or even simple bad luck. While it's true that life can be unpredictable and unfair at times, the moment you decide to take full responsibility for your response to every situation, your life begins to shift. Responsibility does not mean blaming yourself for things beyond your control. It means recognizing that while you cannot always control what happens, you always control how you respond, how you think about it, and what you do next. This shift in mindset is the foundation of personal freedom. When you stop waiting for external circumstances to improve and instead focus entirely on your own actions, attitudes, and decisions, you take back all the power you had unknowingly given away. As long as your results are someone else's fault or the result of forces beyond your control, you are powerless to change them. But when you own the fact that your results are ultimately shaped by your responses, your habits, and your mindset, you suddenly have the ability to create change at any moment. That power was always there, but it only activates when you take full ownership. Responsibility also means recognizing that your life is a mirror, constantly reflecting back to you the sum of your daily choices. Your health is the result of your eating, sleeping, and exercise habits. Your relationships are the product of how you communicate, how you show up, and how you handle conflict. Your financial situation is shaped by how you earn, save, invest, or spend. None of these things are dictated by a single event. They are all the result of patterns you either created intentionally or allowed to develop by default. Taking responsibility means stepping back and seeing those patterns clearly, then deciding which ones to keep and which ones to change. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that life happens to you, that your job, your background, or your environment determine your future. But real personal power comes from deciding, once and for all, that you are the designer of your life. Even if you didn't choose the starting point, you always choose your next move. Even if you didn't cause the problem, you are responsible for how you respond. This mindset does not guarantee instant success, but it does guarantee that you are in control of the process. When you take 100% responsibility, you stop waiting for permission to improve your life. You stop making excuses for why things aren't better, and you start focusing all your energy on what you can do today to move forward. That shift is the turning point where you stop being a victim of life and start becoming the architect of your future. Invest in your personal development daily, and you will begin to see opportunities, ideas, and possibilities that were invisible to you before. Personal development is not something you do once in a while when life slows down or when you have extra time. It is the ongoing, daily commitment to becoming a little better than you were yesterday. Most people focus all their energy on external goals, earning more money, getting a promotion, buying a bigger house, but they neglect the most valuable asset they have, themselves. The truth is, you cannot consistently achieve more than you are capable of becoming. If you want to create more, you must first become more. The daily habit of investing in yourself, whether through reading, learning, practicing new skills, or improving your mindset, is the foundation for every other success. Growth is not automatic. You don't become wiser, smarter, or more capable just because time passes. Growth happens when you deliberately expose yourself to new ideas, challenge your existing beliefs, and actively seek to expand your thinking. Every day you skip this process, you're not standing still. You're falling behind. The world is changing. Industries are evolving. And if you're not growing, you're gradually becoming less capable of handling the challenges and opportunities life presents. The habit of daily personal development keeps you sharp, adaptable, and prepared for whatever comes next. The beautiful thing about this habit is that it doesn't require massive amounts of time. Even 20 or 30 minutes a day, consistently applied, can create profound change over time. A few pages of a book, a thought-provoking podcast, practicing a new skill, or even reviewing and reflecting on your own experiences can all contribute to your development. What matters is the consistency, not the volume. The daily act of feeding your mind with ideas, strategies, and inspiration builds momentum that compounds. What seems small in the moment becomes transformative when you sustain it over months and years. Personal development also does something even more powerful than improving your skills. It changes the way you see yourself. When you make learning and growth a daily habit, you start to identify as someone who is constantly evolving. You become a person who seeks solutions instead of excuses. Someone who faces challenges with curiosity rather than fear. This shift in identity is what separates those who rise to meet life's opportunities from those who shrink back at the first sign of difficulty. You can't control every outcome in life, but you can always control how much you invest in your own growth. When you choose to develop yourself every day, you become more valuable in every role you play, at work, in your relationships, and in your community. The more you grow, the more you have to offer. The more you invest in yourself, the more confidence you develop because you know you are constantly becoming more capable, more knowledgeable, and more prepared to handle whatever life brings your way. That confidence, built through daily investment, is priceless. And it all starts with the simple decision to grow just a little every day. Set clear goals and write them down every day, and you will begin to experience a sense of focus and direction that transforms the way you approach your life. Most people drift through their days without ever stopping to define exactly what they want. They have general wishes or vague hopes, but they lack the clarity that comes from putting their desires into concrete words. A written goal is far more than a casual wish. It is a commitment. It is a clear declaration to yourself and to the world that you have decided what you want and you are willing to focus your energy on achieving it. The simple habit of writing down your goals daily forces your mind to sharpen its focus and pay attention to what truly matters. Writing down your goals every day brings clarity. It forces you to make choices. You can't pursue everything at once, so you must decide what truly matters to you. When you write your goals, you are making those decisions consciously instead of letting life, circumstances, or other people decide for you. Clarity eliminates confusion. It replaces vague wishes with a clear target. And your mind starts to work like a magnet, attracting ideas, opportunities, and resources that align with what you've chosen to pursue. This habit also keeps your goals at the forefront of your mind. Life is busy, and it's easy to get distracted by urgent tasks, other people's demands, and the daily noise of life. Without a daily reminder of your own goals, it's easy to drift into spending your time reacting instead of intentionally creating the life you want. But when you start each day by writing down what you want in clear, specific terms, you reprogram your mind to focus on those things. Your brain starts to filter the world through the lens of your goals, helping you spot opportunities and ideas that you would have missed if you hadn't planted those goals in your mind. Writing your goals daily also keeps you honest with yourself. It's easy to say you want something, but when you write it down every day, you begin to notice whether your actions match your intentions. If you write down a goal to improve your health, but you continually make choices that go against that goal, the disconnect becomes obvious. That awareness helps you self-correct. The habit of writing and reviewing your goals creates a built-in accountability system, reminding you to align your daily behavior with your long-term vision. There is also a powerful psychological effect in writing goals by hand. The physical act of writing engages your mind and body together, reinforcing the importance of what you are declaring. Each time you write, you strengthen your belief in the goal's possibility. You begin to see yourself as someone capable of achieving it. That belief is often the difference between people who achieve great things and those who simply wish. Writing your goals daily may seem like a small habit, but it is a habit that shapes your focus, your confidence, your decisions, and ultimately your future. Master your morning routine, and you will begin to experience a level of control and intention that sets the tone for your entire day. Most people wake up each morning and immediately step into a state of reaction. They check their phones, scroll through messages, respond to notifications, and let the outside world dictate their thoughts and emotions before they even have a chance to think for themselves. Without a deliberate morning routine, it's easy to spend the entire day chasing distractions and reacting to problems instead of proactively creating the results you want. A well-designed morning routine is not just about productivity, it's about owning the first moments of your day so you can set the direction for everything that follows. The way you begin your day has a direct impact on how you feel, how you think, and how you act. If you start the day rushed, overwhelmed, or distracted, those feelings often carry into the rest of your hours. But if you begin your day with clarity, calmness, and purpose, you are far more likely to handle challenges with confidence and to stay focused on what matters most. A powerful morning routine doesn't have to be long or complicated. It simply needs to include the habits and rituals that prepare your mind and body to operate at their best. These are personal, but they often include activities like reading something inspiring, moving your body, reviewing your goals, and planning your priorities. A consistent morning routine gives you a chance to pause and decide before the world has a say what kind of day you want to create. It allows you to check in with yourself instead of being pulled immediately into the agendas of others. It reminds you of your long-term goals so you can align your actions with them instead of getting caught up in busy work. It's a daily opportunity to reconnect with your values and priorities so you can act from intention rather than impulse. One of the most powerful benefits of mastering your morning routine is the sense of control it gives you. In a world full of uncertainty and distractions, starting your day with intention creates a small but powerful sense of ownership over your time and your life. That sense of ownership builds confidence. It reminds you that you are in charge of how you show up, regardless of what external events may unfold. Each morning you have the power to decide how you will think, how you will approach your work, how you will care for your health, and how you will pursue your goals. Over time, a strong morning routine becomes more than a habit. It becomes a signal to yourself that your life and your goals matter. It's a daily investment in your mindset, your energy, and your focus. It's a way to anchor yourself in what's most important before the demands of the world pull you in a dozen different directions. When you consistently win the morning, you consistently win the day, and those days add up to a life of purpose, progress, and fulfillment. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you, and you will begin to notice a profound shift in your mindset, your habits, and your results. Human beings are naturally influenced by the people they spend the most time with, whether they realize it or not. Attitudes, beliefs, and standards are contagious. If you consistently surround yourself with people who are negative, complacent, or indifferent about their own growth, you will find it increasingly difficult to rise above that environment. But when you deliberately choose to spend your time with people who are driven, positive, and committed to growth, you absorb that energy and begin to hold yourself to a higher standard. Environment is stronger than willpower, and when you build an environment of excellence, it becomes much easier to demand excellence from yourself. The people you associate with shape your thinking. When you're around individuals who see obstacles as opportunities, who believe in solutions rather than excuses, and who hold themselves accountable for their results, you naturally adopt similar perspectives. Their mindset rubs off on you, and you begin to think more creatively, take more responsibility for your actions, and believe in your own potential at a deeper level. On the other hand, if you constantly expose yourself to people who complain, blame, and make excuses, it's only a matter of time before those patterns creep into your own thinking. The influence of your circle doesn't stop at your mindset, it also affects your behavior. When you spend time with people who are disciplined about their health, their work ethic, and their personal development, you start to feel uncomfortable with lower standards. Excellence becomes normal, and you naturally start to elevate your own habits to match the people around you. This is one of the most powerful ways to create lasting change. When excellence is the standard in your environment, you stop seeing personal growth as optional. It becomes the natural and expected way to live. This doesn't mean you need to cut everyone out of your life, but it does mean you need to be intentional about who holds the most influence over you. Spend less time with those who drain your energy and more time with those who challenge you to become better. Seek out mentors, peers, and friends who are further along the path you want to walk. Learn from their experiences, adopt their mindset, and allow their standards to pull you upward. Over time, the effect of your environment compounds. Every conversation, every shared experience, every idea exchanged adds up. When you consistently surround yourself with people who push you to think bigger, work smarter, and pursue your highest potential, your life inevitably rises to match that influence. You will think differently, act differently, and ultimately achieve results that would have felt impossible in a lower level environment. You don't have to change everything at once. Even a small shift in your circle can trigger a powerful transformation. Choose your circle wisely because the people around you are shaping your future every single day. Practice consistent gratitude and you will unlock a mindset that not only enhances your happiness, but also fuels your personal growth and success. Most people spend their days focused on what's missing, what's wrong, or what's not working in their lives. They let frustration, disappointment, and comparison cloud their perspective, rarely pausing to recognize the good that already surrounds them. Gratitude is the simple but transformative habit of shifting your attention to what is right, what is working, and what you already have. When you make this shift consistently, it changes the way you see your life, your challenges, and your opportunities. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it changes the way you think. And those thoughts ultimately influence the actions you take and the results you create. When you build a habit of gratitude, you train your mind to search for what's good instead of automatically fixating on what's lacking. This shift in focus helps you see solutions where others only see problems. It keeps you grounded in possibility rather than limitation. Gratitude also creates a sense of abundance. When you consistently acknowledge and appreciate what you already have, your health, your relationships, your opportunities, you begin to operate from a place of fullness rather than scarcity. This shift in mindset makes you more generous with your time, your energy, and your ideas because you no longer feel like you need to hoard or protect what you have. You start to see life as something to contribute to rather than something to extract from. Gratitude also increases your resilience. When challenges arise, and they always do, people without a strong foundation of gratitude tend to crumble under the weight of frustration and discouragement. But when you have trained yourself to see the good even in difficult moments, you become far more capable of handling adversity. You see setbacks as temporary, problems as solvable, and even failures as valuable lessons. Gratitude gives you perspective, reminding you that even in the face of challenges, there is still much to appreciate and much to build upon. This practice also improves your relationships. When you consistently express appreciation for the people in your life, their support, their kindness, their presence, those relationships grow stronger. People respond positively to being appreciated, and when you make gratitude a habit, you naturally become someone others enjoy being around. This not only enhances personal relationships, but also strengthens your professional connections, opening doors to new opportunities and collaborations. The habit of gratitude is simple, but its impact is profound. Whether you choose to write down a few things you're grateful for each morning, share words of appreciation with those around you, or simply take a quiet moment to reflect on the good in your life, the practice itself rewires your thinking. Gratitude lifts your mood, sharpens your focus on what matters, and helps you see your life, even with its imperfections, as a work in progress filled with blessings and possibilities. With consistent practice, gratitude becomes more than something you do. It becomes a way of seeing and living your life.